So today, 3 ways to get brides onto your email list. And it's really important. If you haven't checked out Masterclass yet, go do that after today's show. But I want to tell you the 3 ways we can get brides onto your email list. Let's find out in today's show. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Bridal Business TV. I am your host, Dawn Rose. In today's show, I want to talk to you about the 3 ways we can get brides onto our email list. Why is that important? Well, if you haven't watched yet Masterclass, and I encourage you to go ahead and do that. It's still on the Bridal Business School page or inside our bridal stylist community worldwide. And I talk about the secret to an endless supply of brides. I want you to go and watch that video because it's going to really get you to kind of understand why it's really important to be building an email list. Now, to be able to build an email list, to be able to attract brides, we need to be able to get them through the door. And in order to do that, I want to give you 3 ideas in order to get brides onto your email list. Okay, so number 1, this is a nice quick one today. So my tip number 1, so the first way you can get a bride onto your email list is through an electronic quote form. Now, if you guys are not doing electronic quote forms, I want you to stop and go research how you can do that with your websites. Now, if you are using Wix, they have their own built-in email autoresponder, so you can get it done with Wix. You can also use with Wix to actually have a proper form where you can build it out. You can ask questions about a wedding. You can get the date from weddings. You can ask them how many bridesmaids they're having. You can have drop-down menus, all that kind of stuff. And actually, it's quite simple to set that up. You can use, this is again Wix. This is a Wix app, 123 Form Builder. And in fact, the last time I looked at it, which I will say hasn't been for a few months, but you could use 123 Form Builder and use the free version of that. So I think that's a free app that you can still use with your Wix website. So 123 Form Builder. Now, if you have got Wix and use Wix Shout Out, you can use 123 Form Builder with Wix. You can, if you are using Squarespace, then you should be using MailChimp. So MailChimp is amazing. MailChimp is an email service provider. You can create forms using MailChimp, and then you can embed those forms into your website. You can use MailChimp if you've got Wix as well. But I know that they work in partnership with Squarespace, so they're really good. If you are using a website and you've used WordPress to build your website, there are a couple of different things you can use when you've got a WordPress website. Again, you can use MailChimp. I highly recommend that you use MailChimp because MailChimp is a free service. So if you can build your form, your electronic quote form, to getting brides in, getting them to request quotes, if you use MailChimp, MailChimp allows you, again, to have up to 500, you can have up to 500 brides on your email list without having to pay any money. You can create a form using MailChimp, and then you can embed that form into Wix, into Squarespace, and into WordPress websites. So I highly encourage you to do that. Another thing that you may have with WordPress is if any of you are using Elementor Pro to build your website, you can create your opt-in form, your quote forms using your own email service provider if it's not MailChimp, and you can connect that to the Elementor Pro opt-in forms. And lastly, you can use on WordPress something called Ninja Forms. So Ninja Forms is another one that works really, really well. So the first way to get brides off of social media, off of your website, but actually in communication with you using your email, go ahead and use some kind of email service provider to get them onto your email list. Okay. The second way you can get brides onto your email list is to offer them some kind of free download, some kind of exchange of information. So it's another really good way. You could provide them with details of your ideas for them to have a successful trial, maybe some kind of skincare routine, hair care routine, maybe just the do's and don'ts of wedding hair and makeup. Maybe you might want to provide them with a download that says, these are the things that you should consider when you are deciding on your makeup. So offer them an exchange of information. That's another really, really good way to get brides onto your email list. So get them off. Again, you can promote it wherever you want to promote it, on social media, on your website, but we want to get them onto our email lists so that we can create a relationship with brides. And if you haven't, as I'm going to say again, if you haven't watched Masterclass, go ahead and watch Masterclass. It's still up until tomorrow, where I go actually into more detail about creating relationships with brides and getting more brides booking with you. That's the key. We want people paying us money, right? Okay, so my last way, my third tip for you this week, my third tip to get brides onto your email list is to create a quiz. Now, this is something that a lot of you perhaps haven't thought of, but one of the ways that I attract my clients, and my clients in this respect, I'm talking about you guys as hair and makeup artists that have created a quiz, and most of you, and in fact I would think the majority of you, have come through my bridal quiz. So I have a quiz that I set up. You can go to bridalbusinessschool.com/bride tribe. Okay, it's where you can, as a hair and makeup artist, you can take the quiz that I designed, I created, and I embedded into my website, guys. It's not that hard. So I did that all myself, but I created all the questions and all the answers and worked out who's going to go where. That was all something I did. You can do it yourself. It takes a bit of time. Yes, it takes a bit of thinking, but it really works. But just think about the things that you could offer to a bride if you created a quiz for them. You could create a quiz that gives them the outcome of which will tell them what are the best colours what are the best makeup shadows to wear on their eyes on their wedding day that match their eye colour, for example. Perhaps you want to do something that is the outcome of which is the type of hair style they should have that matches their personality, that matches their dress and their style of wedding that they're having. So you can actually create a quiz for yourself. You can do it in different ways. There's a few different places where you can do it. You can create your own ones I actually purchased my plugin. I purchased a quiz plugin with WordPress. And I did that then just so that it was always there and I could own it on my website. But you can create your own BuzzFeed. You guys have seen BuzzFeed, right? I've seen people using them all the time. But BuzzFeed allow you to create your own quiz. So you can actually use BuzzFeed to do that. The plugin that I used, it was a paid plugin, but it was something ridiculous. I think it was somewhere around $30 US, maybe $29, and it was $29 for unlimited use. And I think I can create as many quizzes as I like from that. It was like it's a one-time payment. And then the BuzzFeed one, I think you can do the BuzzFeed one for free. And then there's certain versions that if you want to make it a little bit more complicated, if you want to have maybe ask, more than say 5 questions or something, you might have to pay. But creating a quiz gives people a reason to get on your email list. If you've got brides on your email list, you can create a relationship with them, whether they're ready to book you or they're not ready to book you, and that is the key. Go watch my video, my big masterclass. It's about an hour and a half. Set your time aside and watch that masterclass, because I promise you it will really open your mind to the prospect of booking more brides. And it's just what we want. We want to connect with brides, and we want to lure them in, and we want to get them to love us, want us, need us for their wedding, and then eventually make us the person that they want to book. And that is the sole key of our business, is to make money, right? We love what we do. We're passionate about what we do. So let's talk about how we can monetize that then and create actually a living out of doing something that we are truly, truly passionate about. So let me recap. So the first way to get brides on your email list is to make sure that you've got an electronic quote request form. So make sure brides can complete all their details online and send them to you. Second way to get brides on your email is to exchange some information. So give them a reason to give you their name and email. They have to opt in to get something that they want from you. So make it something that they could possibly want for their wedding. Definitely make sure that it's something that they could need, things that they'd want to know about when it comes to having a successful wedding day. But that's my second one. The third one was to create a quiz. Create a quiz that gets your brides interested, gets them answering a few questions, and then gives them an outcome at the end. All right, that's it for today. My quick tip Wednesday. I love the ones when I can just really get into it and just give you all the information. And we're back again tomorrow with more fabulous and amazing and brilliant suggestions on how to create an amazing bridal business. All right, guys, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.